Hey folks, Paul Joseph Watson here with InfoWars, and we're doing a video blog today. I'm going to try and do more of these in future, mixing in with the articles, because what I've found and what we've found in general at InfoWars is basically most of our traffic, whether you like it or not, is going to social media. It's going to Facebook, Twitter, and especially YouTube, because you'll find on our articles we get, on a big article we'll get 300 comments, but on the majority of them it's 60, 70 comments, whereas on YouTube some of these videos get in excess of 1,000 comments, which shows you that all the traffic is heading directly to YouTube. So we're going to be doing more of these video blogs. It's not sophisticated, it's not high tech, it's on an iPhone, and I'm just ranting basically, so it's a pure video blog. It's not sophisticated, it's not in a studio. It is what it is, because unfortunately, for one reason or another, people are just moving away from actual articles and just watching videos on different subjects, because some people don't have time to read articles, some people would rather watch the news in video format. So a story that is not yet posted on Infowars.com is the fact that many of you will have heard of the Army Re-Education Camp manual that we covered here on Infowars last week and this week. And basically this is a US Army manual, a training manual for Army personnel on how to incarcerate political dissidents and re-educate them with indoctrination policies to make them accept US policies and actions. Those are direct quotes from the manual, which is leaked. It applies not only abroad in places like Afghanistan and Iraq, but also within the United States. And we've actually got the first official response from the Army itself to this manual. And this is from Fort Leonard Wood, Public Affairs Director Tiffany Wood, who has provided the first official response. And basically she says in an email, quote, "The document was not intended for public release." So that means one of two things. Either hackers have hacked into the secure Army website, because this document is available on the Army website, but only to people with secure credentials, or two, somebody with concerns about the information within the manual has leaked it to the public domain. So that's the major issue to draw from this response, is that it was not intended for public release. They don't want the American people knowing about the re-education camps for political dissidents, and of course the forced labour, which is also contained in the document. So secondly, she says in this official response, the manual does not apply to US citizens, that it does not apply on US territory, which of course, as we've proven from the document itself. Last week I wrote an article with screenshots, direct quotes, confirming that the manual does apply to civilian detainees incarcerated within US territory as part of domestic civil support operations involving FEMA and the Department of Homeland Security. It makes numerous references to that within the article, within the manual I should say, and towards the end of the manual it actually talks about how the President has to pass an executive order to nullify posse comitatus, the law that forbids military from engaging in domestic law enforcement. So the claim from the official Army representative that this manual does not apply within US territory to US citizens is of course complete bunk. Miss Wood has either not read the manual, or she's been directed to lie basically and say that this does not apply within US territory, when, as we've exhaustively documented, it clearly does. But the main thing to come out of this is that they're now saying this was not intended for public release. This is a leaked document, and once you read some of the sections of it, you'll begin to understand why it was not intended for public release. So stay tuned at Infowars.com for this article, where we'll reprint the email in full. And just trying to get more attention on this US Army manual, because it's still not broken in mainstream media. I made the point a couple of days ago, what if Syrian President Bashar al-Assad had, the media went nuts over his leaked emails 2 months ago about his wife buying expensive furniture, the shock. And yet, what if they'd got a leaked manual where Assad and his military security forces had planned to incarcerate political dissidents in prison camps and force them to do labour, gulag, work camps. Would the mainstream media be interested? Well, of course, it'd be all over the place. But this manual describes the exact same re-education, indoctrination camps within America, and the mainstream corporate press is completely silent. The story's been blacklisted. It was picked up by Russia Today, a digital journal. Apart from that, in the mainstream, absolutely nothing. And now we have the official army confirmation that this indeed is a real document, but they claim that it was not intended for public release. So that, in my eyes, only increases the importance of the information contained therein. I'm Paul Joseph Watson. We'll be back with more video updates at Prison Planet Live. Stay tuned.